What up, everybody? I'm Dave Miranda, and this is episode 71 of Just Give Me 5. I hope you guys are doing great. Continue to be amazing. We got an awesome show lined up for you today. But if you guys caught episode 70, you saw we had none other than the one and only MC Magic. And let me tell you, that whole episode took me back to my childhood. I mean, straight up, man, because like I was saying, man, I remember being there with my cousin on the weekends. We were helping out my nana. She had a she had a setup there where she was selling Guess jeans, and my grandfather was selling mattresses, and they had the whole shebang, right? And I would take breaks and I'd run over there and catch MC Magic, making tapes for everybody. And you can't forget the monkey. The monkey is iconic too. So that was just a real treat, man, and just to hear his story, especially the MBK days, that just took me back down memory lane. So, shout out to you, Magic. Thank you for being a part of the show. And make sure you guys watch episode 70. All right. But today's guest is an absolute true Arizona legend. We're going to talk about his early days in DJing, how he got inspired. We're also going to talk about the creation of the one and only Phunk Junkeez. We're going to talk about touring with 311 and Sublime, his company, and much more. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you DJ Soulman.
What's up, everybody? It's DJ Soulman, and all I'm saying is, just give me 5. It's funny because before I was a DJ, I was big time into like dancing. That was my thing, was like, I saw like New Edition and Michael Jackson, and then I used to watch like Video Soul on BET all the time. I'd come home and this is like right when the VCR was coming out in the 80s and stuff. So I'd record all the shows, and I would like rewind and just wear my dad's VCR out, just wearing out the breakdancing part of the Sherelle video, or like the little snippet of Flashdance where they did the backspin. And then I'd go out to the garage in like 110 degree weather and just flip around and try to breakdance, So the dancing thing really got me into like going to like the teen clubs that were popping in the early 80s here. Like there used to be Tommy's on Camelback Road. And I used to hitch a ride there with my older sister, and I'd go over there, and I found myself just drawn to the glass, and I would sit there, and there was a DJ there named Artie B, old school Arizona legend guy, Art Brimmer from the West Side. And shout out to Artie B, but he was one of the OG DJs here in Arizona. And I used to go see him, and that really just was like, wow. That really just, turned my whole game upside down. And I was like, I want to do this. So went around the garage sales, picked up like a bunch of $5 turntables. Hell yeah. Went to Radio Shack, grabbed a mixer, and then just kind of started humping it out from there and just, cutting my teeth. But I used to see guys like around here in Phoenix, like, MC Magic, back in the day, he used to be the DJ at Studio West on Teen Night. So we'd go there, and we'd go over here at the Civic Plaza and see Pete Salas and Chino and Mr. Mixers, or Dooney, and some of these OG Arizona DJs, Chris Flores. Those guys, I was just like, I was a DJ head from the jump. I was like big time on hip hop, B-boy, DJ, MC. I loved all that. Graffiti, that was my thing. I was like, I was a Beat Street kid, you know what I mean? So that turned my game upside down. So that's really what got me into DJing, was really honestly all the DJs around Arizona at that time. Mad respect to those guys, because you'd go watch them, and it was happening live. We didn't have the internet, so you would have to, ride the bus from 59th and Greenway all the way down to Central and Thomas and be like that little kid, that's like, what's going on, man? Let me scratch. You know what I mean? And so they all, mad respect, they all let me in at some point or another. So, AL3, all those guys, they were all a big part of that. So me and my boy Kirk, shout out Kirk, me and him had this crazy idea after, like the Beastie Boys and all this stuff. Me and him kind of met up, and we met up late night at a park, and he was like doing his thing, and I was beatboxing, and we just were like, this thing happened where we were like, yo, we're gonna be a rap group, dude. So we started this group called Bum Rap. And that that was kind of our original group. And we used to go play like all the car shows, and we'd be like doing all these like hip hop shows, opening up for like MC Hammer at Celebrity. And
wow.
Yeah, we did like some just crazy, we used to open up for everybody. We didn't care. We'd get like shoes thrown at us. Everybody'd be like booing us, but I'd be up there just dancing, rocking it. And you know, and they kind of knew me from the dancing thing. So like you know, we get a little bit of props, but you know, we did that for a few years, and then it just kind of culminated into like, you know, Kirk was really the punk rock part of the group. You know, he was the north side kind of skate, punk rock part of it, and I was kind of the west side hip hop dance part of it. And, you know, we would go see, like, one day we'd be going to see Run DMC with Public Enemy, and then the next day we'd be going down to see a $5 punk show with JFA or, you know, GBH or something, right? And so I kind of got into his world, and you know, I looked up to that punk rock part of it, and so he, you know, he kind of loved the hip hop part of it, so we were a perfect combination. And so we went to Big Surf one time, and we went to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers for the KUKQ Fest, right? And Big Surf? Yes, and both of us looked at each other and we were like, what are we doing, bro? This is what we need to be doing, man. We need to take that punk rock attitude and that hip hop, and let's just, you be you, I'll be me. Let's go get 10 kegs and rent out Guadalupe Union Hall. And let's do it. And that's how it all started, man. You know? It all started at Guadalupe Union Hall right over there by Arizona Mills, man. Wow, Kegger parties, dude. What year was this? This was like 90. Wow, you know, 1989, 90. And then we got a deal from some of the rap connections we had been running with. From doing the bum rap stuff, we got a deal through Sir Mix-a-Lot. They ended up signing us, and so we ended up getting a good management team, and that's kind of where it all started, man. Wow, yeah, man. Making noise, man.
And around that time, it was really just like Vanilla Ice and MC Search, huh?
Yeah, you know, and we were like really cutting our teeth, and you know, we were cutting our teeth with a lot of the bands. We grew to the point where in Phoenix we had a really strong following. You know, we didn't need a, you know, with people like Ty Carter, with TMC, me and him would partner up. He would do the promotion part of it. We would do the band part of it. We'd play at Silver Dollar. We'd do our own shows. You know, you know, it's, you know, it was kind of like us against the Gin Blossoms, or you know, it was like they were like the ASU dudes, we were like the Kegger Party West Side, you know what I mean, downtown, break into a warehouse type dudes. So that was a big part of it, you know, and that really just, you know, we were more of a movement at that time, and it was a really cool thing because it involved a lot of people, and there was a lot of people that made it all happen, you know, it wasn't just the band. So it was really cool. It was a lot of people in Phoenix, and from Mesa, Chandler, Glendale, Peoria, you know what I mean, all those places, you know. It was really cool to see that movement happen in this town. Touring with 311 and bands like Sublime. Now, we have a long history because, you know, Phunk Junkeez, we always prided ourselves on being from Phoenix. That's why it was PH, you know, we're Phoenix. You know, I've been from Tucson to Tokyo, you know what I mean, Omaha to Osaka, Hong Kong to Houston. And when I go on stage, I'm like, Phoenix, we're Phunk Junkeez from Phoenix, Arizona.
Speak on it, brother.
So, you know what I mean? It's like we're 602, way before 623 and way before 480. 480, So, and that's, you know, no disrespect to anything, but we're, you know, it's what it was. And this is a big city, but it's a small town. And so a lot of the same players are here. A lot of the same people are still here. A lot of people are still doing stuff here. And what's really cool is Phunk Junkeez were always known as that band from Phoenix. So we would host other bands. So we would host bands like No Doubt or Sublime. They would come play with us here, and we would go play with them there. You know, Goldfinger, bands like Shrinky Dinks before they became Sugar Ray. We would go work with those bands. So later on, fast forward to when Phunk Junkeez aren't really touring anymore, and I just started kind of DJing again, just messing around. I start seeing all the homies, and they're like, yo, come DJ the show, come open up the show. And then that turned into like me. I was DJing a lot, started doing a lot of clubs and started doing a lot of touring, and it just kind of sparked a whole new DJ thing for me. And that was like 2010 really, that started cracking off again, and I just started really just touring. It was just me, just, you know, every song's a hit when you're a DJ, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't write this shit.
Right.
So, you know, if you don't like it, I got another one coming up in about a minute and a half. So
you started writing, so you started hitting the road with them?
Yeah, I started touring with those guys, and it was great, man. Touring with big bands like 311 and Sublime is a great time. They got, you know, now that they're all blown up and they're all homies, so you can pick on them and have a great time, and they can pick on you. But man, they got catering, they got, you know, tour buses, you know, it's like they got workout rooms, you know what I mean? They got, oh dude, they got everything, bro, you know what I mean? They're like, what's up, bro? You know, you're like, I ain't riding that bike, dude. I'm gonna go over here to catering. But you know what I mean? It's a lot of fun, man. And we've just had a real good run, man. Being Phunk Junkeez and being DJ Soulman is pretty much the same thing to me. It's always been my musical journey. It's just like the music flows and I just kind of follow the beat, you know what I mean? So it's taken me a lot of great places.
If you could think of one quick memory from touring with them, what would it be?
Touring with
stands out.
Yeah. Touring with 311, we have a lot of annex between us, man. We've got a lot of years, so we've done a lot of stuff on stage to each other, you know? Yeah. We've mad bombed each other. But the one memory stands out to me when we all got back together and we did the, when they did their summer tour, where it was, I think maybe 2012, it was Sublime and 311. And Eric, the bass player for Sublime, you know, they always have a dog on tour with them. You know what I mean? There's always these bands, like, some of these like reggae, hippie, hoppy bands always got a dog on tour with them, right? And the dog can go either way. It could be either like a crazy ass dog or it could be like a cool dog. But Sublime, yeah, they had this like, it was like a mix between like, you know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. It was kind of like a West Side drug dealer dog, you know what I mean? Like when you walk in the door, it like stares at you and you're like, okay, I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'll be here for a minute. I'm out of here, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? This was before it was legal, you know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna get out of here in just a minute, and the dog's staring at you. Sublime had that dog on tour with them the whole time. It's just big old Roddy. So every time I would go to the dressing room, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, man. They got their own dressing room. I'm over here. We get the Red Rocks, dude. We're sharing a dressing room. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Sublime's on stage. I run up to the dressing room. I open the door. That Roddy's staring at me. I'm like, I think I'll piss in my pants today. I'm not messing with this Roddy, no way. Right. So I'm like, I shut the door, yeah. Yeah, Cujo, exactly, yeah. So that's like a great memory of touring with those guys, man. I ain't messing with them dudes, so.
This episode is sponsored by Immaculate Pools. Immaculate Pools provides high-quality pool maintenance and equipment repairs at competitive prices. Weekly full-service pool cleaning starting at just $125 a month and includes all chemicals. All of their techs are knowledgeable, reliable, and have at least 15 years of experience in the field and are certified pool operators. So let the professionals handle the hard work so you can relax this summer. God knows we all need it, right? They're located in Gilbert and they service in the East Valley. So go ahead and give them a call at 480-527-9679 or go to www.immaculatepoolsaz.com.
Showboss AV is kind of our latest extension of I guess the music business, man. Yeah. It's we do event management, and then we do like AV. We do a lot of big video walls. Yeah. We do a lot of sound systems, lighting. Okay. We do touring. We do festivals. It's basically the gang. You know, it's just like getting the gang back together. All of us really know the business really well, so we just kind of shifted over to the production side of it. Still dabbling, doing some shows here, promoting some shows once in a while. We're over here, we're doing equipment rental stuff that where, you know, if you've got a festival going on or you got an event you need to put together, we can support you with all the equipment. We also partner with a lot of the local sports and a lot of entertainment companies where we support them with big video walls if they need them. Whether it's the car shows or, you know, the playoffs for the Suns or the Cardinals and stuff like that. It's just, you know, community stuff, man. We really do a lot of that here in Phoenix. And then on the touring level, we work with bands like 311, Sublime, Dirty Heads, those kind of bands. We supply their big video walls. So, you know, we supply all the digital display stuff on a lot of those tours. So.
Oh, for like their buses?
Yeah, well, no, for like their stage show.
Oh, the stage.
Yeah. So like when you go to a show and you see the big jumbotrons on stage, we supply that stuff, man. Nice. Yeah. So it's still the same business.
How long have you been doing this now?
We've been doing it probably for 5-6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all the same guys. We just kind of collected together and said, okay, we're gonna, you know, form a company and do this together as a collective, you know? And it's really cool. It's been great for us, man, you know? We're still around the music. We're still part of the music, and we still get to work with all the bands. And the phone book is still the same phone book. You're still talking to the same people, you know. Special is an interesting word because I definitely am special. In that 80s kind of way, I've been called special in many ways, man. No, I'm a family guy. from day one. I'm a loyal guy. Phoenix has been extremely loyal to us and to me and to my family. And I mean family as in my music family, like extended people. Yeah. So it's just been a really good adventure overall. You know what I mean? And it feels good to know that when you look back at your times that you spent in the 90s or stuff like that, when you're cutting the music scene, yeah. Now there's a lot of like, you know, you go to a lot of these big shows like Relentless Beats puts on, or you go to a lot of these big festivals that are out there and stuff, and right. You remember back to the Edge Fest, or you remember back to when we were doing, you know, all those crazy events where we're putting it together, and you know, cops are chasing us, and you know what I mean. Now, you know, the cops are being hired to sit over there and watch the VIP tent. It's just like, it's a whole different ball game, you know. And I'm just proud that a town like Phoenix has become such a big city, you know, and hasn't lost its like little town feel. You know what I mean? It's still a little town. You know, even with all the big downtown stuff that's going on, you can still see, you know, see what's going on, and so it feels good to know that we have a part of Phoenix, and that Phoenix has always been welcome to me. I moved here in 1983 as a kid, so you know, all those years of cutting my teeth and all that stuff with like dancing, DJing, playing in the bands and stuff like that. It's like I never once felt unwelcomed. Nobody ever come up to me and said, "Dude, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna do this here." Right. You know what I mean? They sweated me. You know what I mean? Yeah. They put the heat on. But I you know, you can ask anybody. I battled my way through. So. You know, one thing I think that's really cool about this program that you put together, Dave, is that you're giving a lot of people around town an opportunity to kind of give their story. People have a different platform now. Some of the guys are older. Some of the people are younger. You know what I mean? And you're going around and talking to people and kind of getting a feel for what really happened and how things went down. There's a lot of people that made the music scene what it was in the 90s. There's a lot of people who made it what it was in the 2000s. And then there's a ton of people out there cranking it out and making it what it is now. You know what I mean? So I think that the acknowledgement that of the arts is huge, in the time that you guys are putting in to do this, man. I just want to shout out you guys, you know what I mean? So I think just take 5 and it's worth your time, you know what I mean? There's a lot of episodes. Dig in. Well, guys, this is DJ Soulman, and thank you for just giving me 5. I'm about to get out of here, though. You know what I mean? It's hot. We're in downtown Phoenix. You know what that means. I got to jump on the Tico, roll to the west side. It's about to get hot. And I'm not talking like today hot. I'm talking like summer hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't touch the thermostat hot. It costs too much hot. All right? Peace out, you guys. Heat City.
And there you have it. Man, shout out to Soulman. You know, thank you so much for being a part of the show. This was really, really awesome, man. And, you know, just, man, the Phunk Junkeez, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, it's so dope to have so much Arizona history, especially in hip hop, you know, because we haven't really been known for our music for many years, you know. I mean, aside from like, you know, Alice Cooper, you know, obviously CeCe Peniston, and, you know, but when you have hip hop, man, you know, it's like people got to know, man, that we've been around, we've been here for years, man, and we've been making noise. So it's really, really a treat, man, to have you on here, man. And wish you nothing but continued success. Make sure you guys are following him on social media. Shout out to my brother Jimmy Nelson on the camera. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget to hit that bell so you can go ahead and get notified when we have new episodes uploading. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This was definitely another one for the books. And till next time, stay tuned, stay blessed, stay healthy, and just give me 5, y'all.
Everything